Hi. Give me a minute. I'm playing Click Click. Hi. How you doing? Ugh, stupid ass fucking goddamn shit. Never want to work where I want it to go. Thank you. How we doing? What's up? We gonna go round two. Fight. So slide that off my ear here. So first of all, we are gonna start with what I am doing to the channel and what's gonna happen. So I'm making a new membership. I got rid of the old one. Panda Crew membership is done. It's over with. Erased. So those who paid for one this month or still had one, you should have gotten an email about it. I have a new one coming in. You will see that soon enough. Um, we're gonna be doing some things over there. Uh, more than usual over there. There's no videos over there right now, but we are gonna start doing members only lives periodically here and there from now on, as long as I remember. And we are going to have more discussions about things over that way, get more in depth and more in detail about things. So keep an eye out for that. Um, and given that it's only been, where's my button? Button, who got the button? Oh, God bless it. What have I done now? We need to go to community. Given this morning's live has only been up for an hour and 47 minutes, and about an hour ago, somebody wanted to pop off by saying, I believe your son knows what happened, and so do you. Well, Karen Perry, I believe you can eat a big fat one. You waste my time with your nonsense. If it was true to any of the wiser, police would have already been at my door. Okay? If there was any proof of any such thing, my son would be rotting in jail. So thus far there's no proof of any of your bullshit. What, Gibbs? What? Why are you yelling at my foot, dude? What do you want? What do you want, Gibbers? Gibbs, what do you want? Come in. No? Alright, you can stay down there. So we're gonna get back into Little Miss Chief Runner Mouth as soon as I get back to it. Cause Chief Runner Mouth likes to pop off. And I don't very much appreciate that one bit. So we are gonna get into this again. I'm gonna turn her down because I frankly don't want to hear don't frankly want to hear her mouth. But apparently there are some things that I did not catch or weren't said quite yet. So we are gonna get into this. And why am I being hotline bling? That was not you. So, shall we or can't we? We shall.
In contingents. He wasn't coming there to buy a house. He was coming there to rent it. I mean, contingents, you're buying a house, right? If you get a house into contingents, that means you're buying it. It doesn't, when you're going to rent a house, you're renting.
I said contingency. You know, like a contingency plan. A secondary plan? Stupid.
You're renting. I mean, you should, you get a lease, not a continuance. You get a lease on the place, right?
Wow. This woman
I
really needs to
mean,
learn.
I don't even know what the fuck he's talking about, right?
Obviously.
I was sitting there like, what the hell's he mean? He should have got it into continuance. No, that's when you're buying
Contingency.
a home. You should have got a
Stupid.
freaking lease, and you said you did. You said this guy, is
Oh,
going to
it,
rent you this place up, and it's supposed to be ready, and you got down there, and it's supposed to be ready in 3 days, you know. And if it really was a
contingency.
place, and it really was going, your ass wouldn't have been hauling it back to New York. And also, let's use some common sense here. Let's use some common sense. Common sense tells me that if you leave everything behind in New York, you
I
bail out
didn't.
and you bring your ass down into Tennessee, right? You bring your ass down into Tennessee with all your shit.
Mama Bear, you do realize, I don't know. I get called Drew all the time because my name's Andrew. I get called Andy all the time. I get called AJ all the time. I don't know who the fuck any of it. They're just nicknames. Let me guess. Her stupid ass is going da 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 da. Keep going.
Shit loaded up per se. This is what happened. Well, you just lost everything back in New York. You got nothing to go back to, right? You don't have a damn thing to go back to. It seems
That's where you're wrong. See, I didn't lose anything in New York. Maybe the apartment that we had. Yeah. But that's what friends and family are for. Stupid.
to me like when they brought that and let's get it right, Penske truck, which doesn't make a fucking difference. I don't care if it's Penske. I don't give a damn if it's U-Haul.
Actually, it does make a difference because Penske trucks are yellow and U-Hauls are white.
I don't give a shit what it is. I don't care if it's, two men in his freaking truck. I don't give a shit. That has no bearing on none of this because no matter what kind of truck you get, it ain't got a motherfucking back seat, right? It's going to set either two or three people at the most. Most of the time, it can only have two. And if you got baggage, like stuff you need, you're going to be piling the front of that truck as well. And it's only going to be one person able to drive it. So everybody else is going to be in the damn vehicle, right? I mean, that's the way it is. That's
Not really.
just how it is.
No.
And if you left all your shit behind in New York City, you bow down.
Again, I don't live in New York City. I live in upstate New York. You realize, okay? Here, let me put this out there for you, okay? Here. Here, I'll do this for you. I'll be real nice about it, okay? I'm gonna be really nice about it, okay? Really, really nice about it. Oh, the fuck out of here. Why the hell are you pointing at Wyoming County? I'm going to be really nice about this. Bam. You see this right here, this place right here, this line, dotted line right here that goes down, around, and over here, and this dotted line that goes down up here, this way, that way, and all the way ziggy zaggy zoo, and then the New York Canadian border way the fuck over here. You see all that? There's more to New York than the city. Okay? There's way more to New York than the city. Oh, if Suzette, you know what? Give me 30 seconds. Give me 30 damn seconds here. Give me 30 seconds. Customization. Do, 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 do. Here, let's just clear it all up, okay? Here, I got a better idea, okay? There you go. Yep. Bing bong. Yep, it's me. Yep, it's me. There you go. I think I covered all the bases. That work? Not a problem. Covered all the bases. What's going on? There you go. Covered all the damn bases today. Because I'm that guy. Okay? Well, oh, we're getting back over. No, that's not the one Andrew's looking for. Okay, so all this, okay, all this way over here, up here, over here, all the way over here, and even over here, it's all New York. See, this down here is New York City. Okay. Do I need to slow it down? So there is a crap. What's going on, everybody? A crap ton to New York, other than New York City. I'll say it again. There is more to New York than New York City. Okay? Can't get any slower than that. Well, I could, but I ain't got time like that. Boop, boop.
On the landlord, right? You fell down on the landlord. You ain't got no place to go back to. You got your butt all the way down here in Tennessee, and and
It ain't the first time I packed my shit and just went somewhere. Maybe the first time I packed my shit and went 12 and a half hours south, but ain't the first. No, no. I packed my shit and moved all the way to Georgia once. My bad. That isn't the furthest I ever went. Tennessee was not. My bad.
here you say you turned around and you went back into New York City. Well, common sense tells me that if you turned around and went back into New York City, you didn't ever give up your other house. It's
Common sense says, darling, yeah, we did. Common sense tells me, you're a bet stupid today, huh, payday? Let's keep going. Apparently, it's supposed to get even more interesting. Benny Key needs to come back to reignite the Summer Wells case. Seems like it's been cold as much as I don't like BK and his ways. Oni, I'm beginning to think the same thing, but he's off doing his thing, so we're going to let him be.
common sense tells me you probably didn't pack it up either. Common sense tells me that you fucking was just going down to Tennessee to make a run because and planned on going back to New York City anyway. Right?
What part of? If I wanted to do a run, I would not travel 12 and a half fucking hours to do so. It is from where I sit. It is 4.5 to 5 hours to New York City, going southwest. Okay? Thus, for I would not spend 12.5 hours to do a fucking run of any kind. Shit, I wouldn't even spend the 4.5 hours to do a 12.5 fucking to do a run. I would not. I wouldn't even bother. I'd do a 45 minutes to the capital of New York. Hang on. What the fuck? Okay. Hit it. It's package. Can I open it? Huh? No. Well, it's not the PC. So open it. Alright, well, it's out here. Why the fuck they knock on the door? I don't know. Sorry. I had a package at my door. Hmm. Sorry, I had a package at my door. Just saying. Okay. But again, I would not even make the 45-minute goddamn trip to do a run because I just don't care to. Too much like work.
Right? Because you would be in no hurry to get back to New York City if you actually already left all your shit behind and was heading down to a new state to be living.
Mm-hmm.
Because everything
Mama Bear, you still in here? So, again, there's more to New York than just the damn city. Yes, dear. Okay? Way more to New York. And I wouldn't make the 4.5 to 5 hour drive to the city. I wouldn't make the 40-minute drive to the capital. I just don't care to do all that. What are you breaking, Misha? Okay? Trigger warning. Sensitive content may disturb somebody. Oh, am I hurting feelers? Who fucking who? No, there's only one item in it. Lift it. What? My knife should be next to you. Well, there was one on the damn thing. Unless they're both over here. What's up? So, Mama Bear, correct me if I'm wrong. Is there more to New York than just a city? Or is this bitch just stuck on stupid? That's what I want to know. He been sitting there attacking you for 10 minutes and you're going to tell me you're just noticing it, Misha? Stupid ass. But let's keep going. No more like PG's language, Will. Right? Don't care. If I
New York
offend
City's gone
you,
now. I mean, landlord ain't letting you come back after you bailed
what
like
is it?
that, right? The landlord's already planning new people to move in. So there, you have no place to come back
See.
to. But they turn right around and go back and seem to, carry on as if they didn't ever leave. Because they didn't ever
I
leave.
just got
They
on.
didn't ever
Shut
leave.
up.
If they went down there, obviously there were some mattresses in the back of that truck with a whole lot of freaking kids and adults, right? And it sounds to me like,
I know what it is.
and they go down there, and the weird thing is they don't, they don't get no house, but they get a damn storage unit. They get a storage unit for real. I'm going to tell you, when it comes to a storage unit, why would you, if you're going back to New York City, why would you unpack a big fucking Penske truck into a U-Haul or into the storage unit? Why would you unpack this big truck into a storage unit and then for just one day, and then pack it all back up if you're going back to New York City? You ain't going to do that. I mean, it costs more to rent a storage unit than it does to pay an extra couple of days on the damn truck, right? And the biggest thing about renting a truck is filling it up with the gas, which you're going to have to do anyway. You're going to have to do that anyway, right? It takes the same amount of gas to go from New York to Tennessee and the same amount of gas to go from Tennessee back to New York. It's, to rent a truck really ain't where the money's at. It's in that gas that you have to buy because, whatever the tank's on when you rent a truck, that's what the tank needs to be on when you take it back. So you don't get charged extra, right? Yeah. So why in the hell would you rent a storage unit that's going to cost more, going to cost you more money than just keeping the damn truck and keeping, you don't have to unload, you don't have to reload. No, there's some shady shit in all of this. I don't care what anybody says. I know where Don Wells was. I am quite aware of where Don Wells was. But okay, these people come down to 110 Ben Hill Road. Okay, say Candace did want $75,000 for that land. Okay, say she did. Okay, great. She wants $75,000.
So,
for that hellhole up there.
yeah, like I said.
Now here's my thing.
I put it in the freezer.
These people couldn't buy it.
Come get your
These
duck.
people could not. I mean, if these people can't afford, if they can't afford, if they're going to have to take.
Give me 1 second, y'all. I'm on a call.
Everything they have and put it in a storage unit out of a truck because they can't afford to pay for the truck a few more days. How the hell are they going to buy a $75,000 property? If these people, were going to come down and rent a house, they're going to rent a home, right? From someone. And it all fell through. It all fell through. How in the hell are they going? I mean, how are they going to buy a house when they was needing to rent one? No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. They wasn't down there to buy no land from Don and Candace. I mean, these people are piss ass fucking poor. They, they barely make ends meet, right? They can barely make ends meet. No. I mean, look what the dude's living in. Have you seen the outside of his house? Have you seen it, his community? Have you seen the inside of that place? Come on. That's like, it's close to rock bottom. I mean, it ain't rock bottom because I guess rock bottom would be a cardboard box, but it's the next thing to one, right? It's the next best thing to a cardboard box. Just saying, not trying to be mean. I'm just telling the truth, right? I mean, they're making the best out of a bad situation. And I'd say, the kind of areas and the neighborhoods they live in, I'd say the rent's probably dirt freaking cheap because nobody else wants to live there. Just saying.
Bro, she probably believes the earth is fucking flat. The hell you mean?
Yeah, give him a 50% discount, right? He's going to show Don some love. That's true. That would have drove the price down, right? That would have drove the price down, maybe. I don't know. But the point being is, they didn't come down there to buy Don and Candace's property. No, they didn't. They didn't come down there to buy that property. They didn't come down there, to be honest with you, if you're bringing 14 humans down into Tennessee and you're getting a storage unit, you got 14 humans and you got a bunch of kids. Now, if Allison's telling the truth, and I believe she did. I believe she did. If you got 14 humans and a bunch of kids and you rent a storage unit, what do they, I mean, put it this way. When you watch human trafficking movies, right? When you watch the movies of human trafficking, where do they hold these people? Tell me. Where do they take these people?
Usually, for most movies that I've seen that involves that type of thing, they're usually found in what are they called? They're cargo ships. There you go. That's the word I was looking for. Cargo containers. So I don't know what movies you watching, bitch, but damn.
People and usually hold them. Because I certainly know.
Oh,
I
you
certainly
do.
know where they hold these people.
Oh, you do. Now, see, you just made your stupid ass look guilty, huh? So you know for a fact where people hide kids to traffic. Hmm. Well, y'all heard it here. She put her own foot in her mouth with that one. She knows for a fact. Let's rewind that a second.
Because I certainly know. I certainly know where they hold these people. Right? One, they either have one, they either have, you know, they either have a what they call, a safe house, which is some ran down, shitty place.
Actually, a safe house. If you actually go and pay attention to how that sentence is worded, it's mostly for those in protective custody or those who need to be in protective custody. So, thus, for your definition soon to come out your fucking jibs is fucked up.
Um, some ran down crappy place that they, in a crappy neighborhood where they come and they hustle them in, right? Or sometimes it's even in. Sometimes it depends on who. It depends on It depends on, I guess, what level of trafficking you're on. Okay, it depends on what level of trafficking you're on. Um, like the gophers. The gophers. These are the people that go out to malls and they go out to driving around. And they human traffickers. Target a few places. They target malls. They target parks, and they target um, communities. Communities where people might be jogging early mornings, jogging in the evening. You know, um, they drive around and survey different communities as well. But most of the time, it's the malls and parks and jogging paths and stuff like that, because that's where it's going to be heavy trafficked with people, that you can, that, you're able to somehow overpower and, move quickly, out of there, um, move them quickly to a van or whatever. And, because usually if you see someone carrying someone, from a jogging path, oh, they fell, they got, hurt themselves. Well, you don't think nothing of it. You see a guy coming out of there carrying somebody, let it be a kid or let it be a woman or whatever, and they might have hurt themselves. That's true. I mean, you're not going to get all involved. You're not going to be taking down license numbers and all of that.
So from your wording, not mine, is that nobody just simply rolled up and just take somebody off the streets randomly? Right. Because it has to be certain types of community from what PG's saying. Okay. And I want to know how you know all this, PG.
For the normal person, they're not going to. People who are aware of human trafficking, yeah, they might. But for the average people, no. Um, most of the time, there ain't nobody else around. If you go to a jogging path, you'll see somebody come by.
So nobody's been randomly picked off the street and a crowded area and disappeared with people around. That what you're telling me?
By on a bicycle. And then 15, 20 minutes later, you might see, a man or a woman come jogging down through there, right? And then if you wait long enough, maybe another 30 minutes or more, you might see a couple people coming down through there, right? Sometimes you'll see two of them running together. And then here comes another one, and they got their headphones in, and these people are easy targets. They're easy targets for traffickers. And malls are very easy targeting for traffickers to get children and to get, and markets. Big outdoor markets and stuff are really good. Flea markets and things are a good place as well for traffickers to, get people, because people's looking at stuff and walking around, and they ain't keeping an eye on their kids. They're not keeping an eye on, anything. And
For a woman, you know way too much about things. Um, so what are you hiding? What aren't you telling the folks? Hmm? Because by the sounds of it, you seem to know a hell of a lot about movements of traffickers than most. Hmm. Makes me wonder.
you know, it's a very easy place to target people. Um, but once you got the person, once you got them, now you got to find a place to put them, right? You got to have a place to put them. Um, a lot of people don't like, if you ain't got a garage, if your home hasn't got a garage that you can pull up in, shut the door, and then get people out to take them into the house, then you don't want to be taking people there, because the neighbors start seeing a flow of traffic coming in and out. You're going to get reported, and you don't want that, right? You don't want that. So the best next thing is to rent a storage. Or, sometimes you can work out of a warehouse, but warehouses are really hard to work out of because they're an established business, and established, unless the warehouse is shut down, unless it's completely shut, and that's a lot of upkeep. Most people ain't going to put nobody in a warehouse due to the fact.
I'm sorry, but how would this woman? You ain't getting all that bullshit from movies. Like she either saying this shit on the fly, or she knows way too much and she ain't saying shit. If you, in my honest opinion, is she looking this stuff up on the black web or what? Is she watching massive movies on it? How is she so factual as she says on it? I don't know. I have no clue. There is something wrong with this woman. And she seems to have all these details about things. Just putting it out there. And I don't get it. Let's keep going. Apparently, it's supposed to get better.
Warehouses are usually if you see some kind of operation going on in a warehouse, that's not a holding tank. That's not a holding tank, the average holding tank for trafficking. Meaning that's not a holding tank for get somebody and put them on the market, to be to be sold off to some high bidders. Um, Most of the time, if it's a warehouse type thing, and you see they're holding people, that is a whole new ball game. That's a whole new ball game because see, the warehouses cost a lot of money. Warehouses, they don't rent cheap. If you're renting a warehouse, that shit ain't cheap. And most of the warehouses where this kind of stuff's going on, and they have, and they taking people there. Well,
An awful lot of detail for someone who just doesn't know anything about nothing. Hmm. A whole lot of detail. Hmm.
now that is, a different type of trafficking. That's, organs. That's organs because that's where doctors, like some doctors can be paid off, right? Some doctors, not all, but some can be paid off, right? Allegedly paid off. I got to say allegedly. We're talking about doctors here, but they have to, doctors get paid off to, surgeons to come there and perform surgeries, right? They if this person is a match for this person,
Uh huh.
then what happens is the doctor comes in and basically, does harvest, kidney or
Bro, this isn't the fucking 1920s, 30s, 40s, 50s, and 60s, darling. People just don't do that shit no more. The fuck are you doing? So now people are paying doctors off to get shit done? Are you fucking stupid, bro? Or just born that way? I'm saying, Mama Bear, very interesting.
liver or whatever the other person needs. They harvest it out and and do basically some back alley surgery, kind of like abortion clinics was way back in the day, right? Back alley abortion clinics before abortions were legal. That's what's going on in warehouses. It's not like you don't take people there, that's just going to be, put on the market for, you know, for big.
I'm sorry. I'm flabbergasted here. Could somebody explain to me what the fuck? Why is she's in depth detail of all this? And you look at it from outside the box, somebody's point of out a different point of view. Woman, you have all these details from someone who normal people would say are involved in such activities. That's a little bit more than just a Google search and some movies. It gets creepier. Oh boy, here we go.
Big hotels or apartment buildings that are full of, you know, or mansions who, have a bunch of people coming in and out to, do the naughty no things, right? That's what I all I can say. It's you have to know how many different types of stuff there is out there, how all the different things going on, and then understand the different places that these people are kept. For 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 the lower level, the gophers, the people who go out there and collect this teenager, or collect this young adult woman or man, or collect a child. Well, they don't take them to no warehouse. They take them into storage units. They take them into the garages where they get them out and put them in basements or put them in the upstairs of a place. The downstairs looks like it's not ever lived in because upstairs they've got all of these people, you know um all these people that's getting ready to be, getting ready to be shipped out all over different places because they're on the market, right? That's just how it is. So
So again, that's a lot to take in. That's a lot more than a Google search. That's a hell of a lot. That sounds like somebody who's involved to me. Just saying. That sounds like somebody who was involved in this shit beforehand, at sometime during their life. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if she's running such a place. Let me turn this camera off and get my overlay on. Oh, that only makes a comment. I don't give a shit. So it's weird. So let's listen a little more. It seems like she knows a little too much.
I find it weird.
You find it?
Allison says they bring 14 people down there with a bunch of kids. They only got one little Penske truck and a car. Where's all the rest of these people? Because all these people ain't going to fit in a damn Penske truck and a car. There has to be a whole lot of people in the back of this truck somewhere, right? There's got to be, my calculation, 14. I'd say they had to have been at least 8 adults or more.
There was 7. There was 7. But okay.
Or more. Now, Andrew said, I have my 2 kids with me, and somebody else had some kids with them. So I would say Andrew, his old lady, the other person, and whoever was with them, and even Jose said he had to be in the back of that Penske truck. Remember? He said he had to be in the back of the Penske truck. So it sounds to me like the car was for a couple of people and the kids. And it sounds like the Penske truck was holding 2 adults. The car was holding 2 adults and Andrew's kids and whoever else's kids. So, we're looking at 4 adults, right? We're looking at four adults scattered over those 2 vehicles. And we're looking at 6 kids, 6 children scattered over those 2 vehicles. And if there's 14, then that means there's 10 adults left. And we don't know how many children. So I'm telling you, the back of that fucking truck wasn't packing no furniture. If there was 14 people, the back of that truck had to been hauling at least 10 adults.
I want to know who these other adults are. That's what I want to know. I want to know who these other adults are. Because last time I checked, I counted 7. But I want to know who these other adults are. Got me all 9 states fucked up.
And who knows how many kids. So, that makes more sense to why they was wanting to get a storage unit, right?
Or maybe it's the store items that we brought with us, like furniture, clothes, dressers, toys. You ever once think it was just normal shit, dumbass?
It sounds like a drop off, not a pickup. It sounds to me like that was a drop off. And Jose must have not cared much about being dropped and left there because he probably, coming down, he probably picked up his share before he left and went up to Candace's house, right? So he had some money in his pocket. And then Andrew and all of them took a ride back into New York City, right? That's why he can't show receipts about a house. That's why he can't show no damn receipts,
It ain't none of your fucking business, that's why. Okay? It really ain't. Because my trip has nothing to do with any of this nefarious trash that you're talking about. But you go ahead and keep spewing your shit because now you're going to get looked into really hard because you went into some really in depth details.
For a landlord. That's why, he can't show no receipts for shit because there's no receipts to be had. Andrew didn't move. Andrew wasn't moving from New York. Andrew was making a run, right? He was making a run. And it sounds like a run with humans, not drugs. That's what it sounds like to me. I mean, that's my opinion. Just saying.
No, sorry. I don't have contacts like that. I can't help you. I don't. And do you honestly think if that was the case, I'd be living where I'm at? I'd have mm, barely anything. Do you honestly think that's how life works? Are you just that stupid?
Now, somebody brought up, you know, I didn't, this ain't my words either.
Uh huh.
This is somebody else's words, but I thought it was
Sure.
brilliant. I thought it was brilliant that they thought of this.
Okay.
Personally,
Yup.
I thought it was brilliant. But someone had said, "Hey, PG, is it possible? Is it possible that Hunter was trying to take a little bit after Daddy when he tried to take that vehicle with that baby in it?"
I'm gonna smack the fucking piss out this bitch. And Deb, no, I really can't do anything. It's just YouTube allegations. It's just this bitch making false allegations. That's all it is. So, but let's hear the disgusting parts.
Could it have been the baby he was wanting and not the vehicle when he was trying to overpower the mother? Well, yes, it could have been. Absolutely.
I don't know, Deb. So, that's how you want to play this. You can't get under my skin with all these bullshit allegations. So now you're going to throw shade on my son. That's how this is going to play out? Really? So by throwing bullshit allegations that you have zero proof of, you're going to throw shade on a fucking child. You out your tree, lady. You out of your mind. Damn. Not only if we, I wish that I could have video proof of that. Mm-hmm. Hey, you might want to watch what happens there, PG, because mm-mm-mm. Your false allegations aren't gonna bother me none. You talking down about my kid isn't gonna piss me off. Yeah, I think she's been talking to Ro way too much. Let's keep listening.
I mean, Hunter was there. Hunter did see a lot going on when they came down into Tennessee, right? It's very possible. It's very possible. Yes. Now, what does this have to do with Summer?
Not a fucking thing.
That's what Andrew kept saying.
My
His
trip
trip,
ain't got
no
nothing
matter
to do
what,
with.
the reason for his trip into Tennessee is what he was saying. So what? If it was illegal or not illegal. So what? If, I was doing something,
Yeah, I was minding
he
my
says.
business.
You know, he says, what does it have to do with Summer? It
Got
has
nothing to
nothing to
do
do
with
with
it.
Summer, right? No matter what he was doing. Um, well,
It was 8 months prior to her going
that's not
MIA. It had
true.
nothing to do with
That's
it.
not true. It could have all to do with Summer.
It has nothing to do with
It
Summer.
could have all to do with her.
Ain't
Because
wrong.
let us remember that Allison, right? It was Allison, Hunter, True. Allison was at that storage unit
What's up,
with
Rachel?
with herself and her kids. And Candace was at that storage unit with
I think I
Brandis
struck a nerve.
and her 4 kids, right? They
No.
had Summer, they had their kids there too,
Nope.
at that storage unit.
No.
So, whatever was going on there, they all knew what the hell was going on, right? Jose, Candace, Grandis,
What up,
Allison,
everyone?
and these kids were getting an insight on whatever the hell was going on
Sure, whatever you
at the
say.
storage unit as well, because they were all down there. They was, I mean, they was seeing a lot of things probably they shouldn't have seen,
Okay,
but they were all there.
believe what you
So this
feel.
means that this is a group of people, and if there was something shady going on, if there was something illegal and shady going on, then all of these people were involved. All of these people had guilty knowledge of what was going on, right? All of these people were fucking evil.
Sure.
They were all evil.
Okay.
So how does it? I mean, how could it not have something to do with what happened this summer? That's my question. How could it not have something to do with it all?
It has nothing to do with nothing. You're just making that. You listen. You got apples and you're trying to make lemonade. It ain't happening, lady. That ain't how it rolls.
Um, Andrew has a missing neighbor named um, Kelly Sue in New York. When people were questioning it, he flipped out. Whoa, really?
One, not my neighbor. Two, it's because I know how New Yorkers are. They don't like random people banging on their door asking questions. That's how New York is. And ever since COVID, ain't nobody been the same. Nowadays, it's more fuck off and get off my property than figure out why you're there. You're lucky if you can move somewhere and have neighbors that are actually wanting to talk to you, wanting to get to know you, and wanting to be your friend. It ain't like it was before COVID. Nowadays, people are 30 times more protective than anything. Anything else?
Really? Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. It seems like a lot of people come up missing around this group of people that happen to be hanging around that particular storage unit, right? Summer comes up missing, neighbors come up missing. Yeah,
Oh my
kind of weird.
fucking god.
Well,
Buddy put me back in the
I'm going to
freezer.
tell you something. You do the math. You do the math. I mean, I did it, and I'm going to tell you something. I think I'm pretty damn good at it. You do the math. 14 freaking adults and a ton of kids ain't going to fit in a Penske truck. They're not going to fit in the front of a Penske truck and one little ass automobile. Like 10 of those adults, 10 of those adults, because I don't think Andrew
Uh
or
huh.
the other person that supposedly has some kids with them was, was going to be having their kids in the back of some Penske truck with the door shut down where it's going to be hard to breathe, right? They're not going to put their kids in there. Their kids are going to be in the backseat of the freaking car coming into Tennessee. And those adults are going to be in that car. I found it kind of weird that Jose was having to ride in the back of the Penske truck, right? But somebody has to ride back there to keep everybody in line.
Oh yeah, I know, Deb. So I'm over here reading these comments. I know you guys can't see them, but I'm over here reading these comments. Okay. Um, ain't not a damn one of them damn kids that went. Ain't not a one of them damn 6 kids that went with us needed a fucking car seat. They weren't. Ain't none of them were 2 or 3. They were all old enough to sit in a damn car without one. Stupid. People are so fucking dumb. And there is such thing called outside storage units. They're not all inside.
Line, right? It's like it's like when law enforcement arrested you, right? It's like when they arrest you, and something happens that they have to put you in an ambulance, right? They have to put you in an ambulance. Well, I don't know if you guys know this or not, but if you get arrested and say, some reason you need to go to the hospital. Well, did you know that law enforcement has to get one of the officers have to get up in the back of the ambulance and ride with you to keep an eye on you? Yeah, they have to go along with you. And they have to get out when you get out, and they have to go to
Blah,
go through the emergency room
blah,
with you, and they have to go
blah.
up the elevator if you get transported into a regular room, and they have to, switch off and an officer be with you all the time. They have to babysit you if you're in the hospital under arrest. Well, that's kind of the way it is, with trafficking. Somebody, somebody has to make sure that people ain't wiggling around and untying, trying to get untied, or trying to get, trying to do something that's going to cause a problem when that door opens back up in the back of the truck, right? Just saying. I mean, I don't know. I'm not saying that was what was going on. I'm just saying 14 damn people. It sure sounds like it. It just sounds like it. Because I know 14 adults and a ton of kids, the way Allison said it. I know they ain't going to fit in one Penske truck in the front and then a little car. There's no way in hell. There'd have been people on top of people on top of people. There's no way. You know, uh, when's the last time you were able? When's the last time you were able to get 14 people and a whole lot of kids?
Are we still going over this? Really? Like, are we still doing this at this point? Because at this point in late in the game, I mean, really. So now I'm tying people down and throwing them in the back of a Penske truck. Is that what you're telling me? I'm tying children down and making sure they don't move in the back of a fucking Penske truck. That's what the fuck you're trying to tell me? Well, damn.
Kids and a whole lot of kids inside of your freaking Pinto? When was you able to get 14 adults and a ton of kids inside your freaking
Bitch, you ain't ever heard of a clown car? Them motherfuckers can hold up to 16 clowns. Clown.
you know, Maserati? When was you able to? I don't give a fuck what vehicle it is. This ain't no limousine. This is no limousine going down there. And I hate to say it, but I think I'm not sure 14 adults and that many kids would fit in a limousine, to be honest with you.
This bitch makes me want to take a nap.
These people wasn't driving no bus. They wasn't driving no van. They were driving a vehicle, a regular vehicle, and a freaking Penske truck. And they're supposed to have 14 adults and a ton of kids. You tell me. You tell me. Just saying. I don't know. I don't know, you guys.
Thank you, Accurate. But now all of a sudden she don't know. She don't know. She don't know nothing, right? Okay. I don't know neither.
Allie Mae's post. To whom it may concern, I wish people could get it through their heads that Candace had nothing to do with her little girl going missing. People amaze me. They think someone must be guilty if they are not rich. Um, oh, oh my God. Must be guilty if they are not rich. Money, I'm going to tell you, there is some things, man, there is some things that, sexuality, money, race, all of these things it doesn't fucking add into the equation. It doesn't even get into the equation of any of this. I mean, I don't know who Allie Mae's post.
I
I
was
don't know who
getting
the
up.
fuck Allie Mae is, right? I don't
Is it
know.
that cold?
I have no idea who Allie Mae is. But I'm going to tell you what.
No, because
Allie
that's
Mae's
the
a
fucking
moron.
air. That's a wind
Right? A
tunnel.
total fucking can't think past.
That's a goddamn wind tunnel. No, I went next door. That's fucking far. Bro, I closed my tits standing at the door. Fucking pussy. Shut up. I ain't got a big ass jacket like you. Well, no, actually, I'm smarter than you are, dumbass. She just ordered my fucking new one. Oh, yeah, just ordered it when I should have had it last year and the year before and the before. Shut up! All right, I got company, y'all. We're gonna pick this back up in a couple hours.